Every innovation first began with an idea. Welcome to Tech Founders Stories, where passion meets innovation. The platform where visionary founders share their inspiring journeys. From struggles to successes, they reveal the secrets behind their innovative ventures. Join us as we uncover the stories behind the startups that shape our world.
My name is Adanma Chinyere. I'm a tech enthusiast and founder of Sparx Ventures Hub. The hub is an incubation hub and a co-work space based at 77 Ogui Road, Enugu. We offer co-working spaces that are very affordable. As low as 2,000 naira, you can get a co-work space for a day. Then we offer enterprise development programs, including business management training, ICT courses, and then we help people access funding for their business. So we run an incubation program where we train you, we mentor you, and coach you on developing programs, documents, records that will assist you access funding for your business. I am inspired by what I could do with tech. I could work smart. So it all started when I was a civil servant in Lagos. My uncle then was working under the federal ministry. He sent me my first computer, the TV type that has a back. So I trained myself, learned how to type. My typing speed got up to 98 words per minute. And that helped me when I got the job with the Federal Civil Service. So I was able to join the project to document and digitize Nigerian traditional medicine practices and knowledge while at the Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency. That was where I was employed. And I also helped with developing the first digital traditional medicine knowledge library. It was the first in Africa back then. So I was part of the project team and a whole lot more. So when there was this imbalance in my work and family life, I started looking for opportunities to join my husband, who left Lagos for Abuja for work. And then came the opportunity to get business funding. So I applied for the UWIN grant and I got that grant to establish an ICT franchise business in Abuja with tech partners in India. So the inspiration came from wanting to be with my family. It was a young family. And then because I knew how to use tech, I had good tech skills and I could apply it. So my ICT franchise business ran for about roughly 3 years and it failed. Imagine receiving 10 million naira in grants without any strong business background or experience, because I never had cost to sell or raise finance before. Then I started learning. After that business failed, I kept on attending training programs. While there, people share their experiences and I see them repeating the same errors I did, mistakes I did. They were growing too fast, they were spending too much money, they were taking irrational decisions affecting the business wrongly. So I was like, people need to know. I started speaking up, telling people how not to do it. But yes, while the outcome was good, the impact wasn't so much. In order to create impact, I was like, can I actually establish something like this? After gathering a lot of experience and also getting licensed by SMEDAN, the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, as a business development support provider, I said, yes, this is the time to take the bull by the horns, establish an incubation hub that will be powered by technology. And then it gave birth to Sparx Ventures Hub. So it's something we're leveraging technology, we are training people on ICT skills, tech skills, and we are also training them on how to turn these skills into profitable businesses, not just an idea. So you learn a skill, you don't wait for someone to come and employ you. You're not handicapped because, I cannot make money from these skills, or I'm waiting for my destiny helper. You can actually learn how to build a business around it, or create a team that can help you build a business around your skill sets. The challenging part of starting is actually starting, because everyone will look at you that, wow, you're crazy. Imagine back then in 2015 when I resigned from my federal government job with all the job security promises, the pensions are attributed to being employed, I said no, I was leaving. There were a lot of backlash, but actually taking the bull by the horns and saying yes, I want to go all out. Now, entrepreneurship is not something for the faint-hearted. Last year, Entrepreneurship Week said the theme was entrepreneurship for everyone. Yes, it is for everyone, but not for the faint-hearted, because there are nights you not sleep. There is no entrepreneur, anyone that runs a business that sleeps 8 hours a day. Please show me one. So, getting started was the most challenging part. Knowing what to do to get started, gathering information, doing the market research, getting my numbers right, getting facts, real life users of my product. It was partly why I failed, because I didn't know I needed that. So I started running a business without any business background or experience. Starting was the most challenging part, not the money. The turning point for me was after I failed. I was like, when I learned why I failed, it was largely my fault. Largely my fault. There is no business that fails that you exonerate the business owner from, which is why banks will go after the executives, when the bank fails. So yes, largely my fault. I was largely inexperienced. But when I started learning, developing my skill set, developing everything about me, both tech skills, business management skills, communication skills, everything, I said, okay, can I do this through an NGO? And I started sourcing for funds. And as part of that, I came across the Tony Edumelu Foundation Fund. And I said, okay, let me put this in 2018. And I was funded $5,000 then. And for me, it was a turning point, because that helped me start my business. Then it was Sparx Consult, so I did it as a consulting business, and I saw the impact on people. You see people's mind shift. That shift was, for me, what makes me sleep well at night. So I kept at it. There was no longer that, are you sure this is the way to go? There are lots of people who are running businesses in the analog way. They keep manual records, they do physical calls, they must visit you to speak with you, because they believe in seeing you and getting the immediate response from you, or watching your body language. But we're now gradually changing their mindsets that incorporate tech into your business. And you can also automate your business, so you don't need to be online all the time. Your business can actually run and bring in the money. So leveraging tech for business was something I promoted strongly, which was what also promoted the hub and gave birth to that hub. So for me, turning point was doing it as an incubation center, so that a lot of people can come hear about it, whether physically in our trainings or online when we're having our sessions. So our services include co-working spaces. For the co-work space, it solves the problem of we do not have money to rent a workspace or set up. Some people feel that rent is the cheapest cost when setting up a business. I assure you, it's the most expensive. No, it's the cheapest. You look at cost of furnishing, cost of some fixtures, and every other thing you're going to use. So we provide you a cool workspace. I call it a great ambience, and there's AC, there's uninterrupted power supply, and very stable internet service with speed of lightning because we use Starlink there. And when you come, you have a workspace that you can just go and sit. If you don't have a system, we also have systems that you can use. And we're also doing something for women. You don't have a system, you don't have internet, please come. We have a system for you to use for free. Then, we also have a thriving community. We hold community meetups every last Monday of the month. Starts by 10 a.m. if it's not, 10 a.m. where we groom our community to prepare themselves for business. Like this year, plan for your business, know what vision and goals you want to achieve. You know, there are a lot we do every month and on different topics. Then we bring in guest speakers to talk on women's health. We also share funding opportunities and other opportunities so that women or participants can leverage on them. Then we offer the ICT training programs, web design, graphics design, digital marketing. There are lots. We also hold holiday programs for kids. I would not really call them kids, for children, because we had children between ages 9 to 16 at our last digital literacy training program, all certified at the end. Then we offer business management trainings. So, and you know, business management has you as a business owner wear different caps. So you learn how to build your business model canvas, you develop your business plan, you develop your pitch deck. There is no excuse anyone has after participating in our programs that you will say you are not investment ready, especially when you do the tasks and assignments that are assigned. Then we are flagging off our incubation program. We are different stages of getting partners on board so that we can actually, if not give it at a reduced price to participants, make it free. This is a 3-month program where, in addition to learning, you will come out with templates for record keeping, you will come out with software for your business to manage your business, you will come out with an investment readiness plan. And then you also submit your business plan for funding. I say this very excitedly because people who tested the programs have gone on to receive funding. Some got up to 2 million naira fund just for testing our program for free. And then I also talk about the grant writing course, which will be running in February. We have the cohort base, we have the live web-based training program. I have accessed a lot of grants and I have supported, I won't say 100, I won't say 1,000, because the funding I've assisted people access are both grant-based and loan-based. But I can also assure you that as of last year, June, I'm still doing my recaps to December, I've assisted people access over $5 million in grants. So this is something I'm also bringing on board in the grant writing course, because you will learn. If you do not have business management training, you will still learn about it because it's part of it. You will learn how to write your business plan in the grant writing course. So there are a lot you will come out with. And then you will see grants funders databases. We are going to give you that. It's part of the cost of the training. Then it's going to run for a month with 3 months hand-holding. These are things that when we are talking about building a business from scratch, growing an ecosystem of investment-ready businesses that are ready to survive, or that can survive, or that can be sustainable. I passionately talk about it because there are lots that participants learn. For ecosystem-driven programs, we have people who come in and share experiences, they network, they leverage on each other's expertise to grow their own business. So whether you're coming in as someone who's coming to share your knowledge, or you're coming in as someone who's participating in the program, it's something that we call a win-win for everybody. So Sparx Ventures Hub, I fondly call it a one-stop shop for enterprise development in Enugu. So Sparx Ventures Hub, I said it's an incubation hub and we provide co-working spaces. Most incubation hubs have the co-work space. Most of them provide just tech, and then they restrict their people who co-own the space to people who are there. Ours, we have a large community, not just for people who are within the co-work space, but people who come from outside, with whom in-house collaborators can also leverage on. We have access to a network of investors. Then for us, we do not call ourselves an incubation hub like that. We also do not limit ourselves to the name a tech hub. We are a hybrid. So with the networks we belong to, if you call us for enterprise development, we are there. We are licensed. Most of our trainers are also licensed business development support providers, which most incubation hubs cannot say they do have. Then, Tech Hub, we provide tech management trainings. At the end of it, we encourage you to build a business around it. Most tech hubs will train you and let you go. Most of them will only give you bit-sized works so that you do increase your expertise, and that's it. You end there. But we will handhold you and ensure that you are not just going back into the job marketplace. You're building a business. In schools, enterprise development, entrepreneurship courses are being introduced, both at primary and tertiary level. We are not just towing that line, we are walking the talk. We are saying, learn the skill and then build a business around it and become an employer of labor. So these attributes sets us apart. So my first business, the ICT franchise business, had money. Challenge wasn't money, it was me. I wasn't a good business manager, I wasn't a good people manager, and I was inexperienced, largely inexperienced in most things pertaining to business. So we ran out of cash because I had my own personal issues, and my team, my wonderful team, cost me some losses. I didn't know how to plug in the losses from misuse of internal resources or diversion of internal resources for personal use. I was largely inexperienced, like I said. But after running out of cash, I searched for funding and I got the Tony Luminu Foundation grant. Now, the business started. I now decided to run a lean team. My first business had up to 12 people, some doing rudimentary work, but I learned to run a lean team with the new business I founded and train my team, which I tried to do in the other business, but I didn't really know what to do. So challenges. I also sought for contracts. In between got grants also, some training, some fellowships, little funding, but with sales we're able to continue rolling through. And then partnerships has really greatly worked for me. So there's a partnership I had with WebB to run a Women Leadership Academy program. It gives you publicity, free publicity in corners that matter. So publicity matters in business because you must advertise. Imagine a beautiful babe adorned with all manner of beauty attributes, and then she enters into her room, shuts the windows, locks the door, switches off the lights, and sits down admirably, crosses her leg, and is waiting for a suitor to come along. Will that suitor come? That's what most businesses do. So leveraging a lot of partnerships and collaborations worked. It brought in new prospects, people who wanted us to run programs on their behalf, to implement programs on their behalf. It brought us ISN. So these little ways kept us afloat. Then the e-learning platform which we subscribe to also helped us to promote our businesses beyond Ogui Road, beyond Enugu City, across Nigeria, not just across Nigeria, across Africa. So we have participants that will pay in different currencies. So, and you know what Nigerian Naira is doing now. By the time we change it, we have more. So it's something I would say we were resilient. We did not leave any box that we want to think out of. We just threw away the box. And then we started doing all possible to ensure that the business stays afloat and then survives. And everyone was involved, up to the front desk person. Everyone is involved in our marketing, and then we visit or participate in events. We sponsor events now, so we've gotten to that level where we can actually say yes, we are at the midpoint of our growth. In my first business, when I had 12 people working for me, I really didn't know. I tried to do my best. The knowledge I gathered and some brains I picked, because everyone was assigned a laptop. They had access to the internet. So at the end of the day, okay, let me start with the beginning of the day. They are assigned their roles because we have our meetings every Monday. Everyone is assigned a role and then indicators and targets. So at the end of the day, they send in their reports with their challenges and the next steps. So they send it digitally to me. Then at the end of the week, by Friday, we hold another meeting to review their challenges. Then at some point, we changed it to the Monday meeting where we review their challenges and then we assign new tasks. So while it should have been effective, it wasn't, because you see someone bent over a system and seemingly very busy doing something personal. I didn't have trackers on their systems to know what they were doing with office time. I didn't know how to track documents printed because we had printers scattered around the office. We weren't taking stock of papers assigned, inks assigned, and the rates at which they, what they can print at what time before they get exhausted. So someone who was running a project or program, higher educational program, will come print a full project work, 4 copies with office resources and leave. Or someone was even working remotely during office hours for another business. Someone diverted some web development projects to his own personal, because we allowed the interaction between our clients and the developers. So at some point they will say, oh no, this man, he said no, that he cannot afford our services, but they go behind and they implement. So there was no checkmates at each point of when a customer comes in till when that service was delivered, or that this resource is assigned to a particular staff. How was it used? Was it used properly? What's the outcome? We weren't doing all of that. Then it now came to the marketing team. They do the marketing rather than bringing in the sales, because there were templates of proposals. I say this with so much hurt. The templates with proposals, our documents were digitized. So they had the original templates in Microsoft Word editable formats, where they were now able to remove our official numbers and contact details and impute theirs. At some point, my head of admin made her husband, who's not my staff, the business development officer of my business, with his contact details, and now doctored the proposals I drafted and approved. Some they drafted, I tweaked and approved, submitted. Proposals running into millions. There was one of 5.8 million, there was one of 7.3 million back then. I'm telling you how I failed in my duty as a business manager. So I didn't know how to manage my people, I didn't know how to manage business resources, I didn't know how to make them accountable. That business was bound to fail. It wasn't money. So when I say I was the cause of my business failing, I know as I'm sharing this, I'm speaking to a lot of people because you are a tailor. Do you know the number of the measurements that is ideal for somebody of size 12, size 14? Do you even know the sizes of garments you're sewing based on the allotted standards that you're training, that you're going to sew? People just say, okay, I'm sewing for her. See her measurement on paper. Have you standardized it? If you use an app to look at the measurements, it can help you standardize the measurements and make you a tech-enabled business. So you can now check, oh, you bought how many yards, and so number of yards will be used for this number of persons that have come. So this number of yards should be remaining. These are how you can apply tech to your business, no matter what you're doing. And for people who are the developers building tech applications, are you actually building what can be used by SMEs that are not using tech or leveraging tech? Have you spoken to one? Can you actually provide something basic that they can use without you coming all the time to help them implement it? Something that is user-friendly, something that is not so difficult or requiring any code input or technical jargons from their end. So this is why I looked at it all and said, oh, that's my aha moment was, we can actually do this. Bring the tech, bring the SMEs, bring them together, and then promote tech use among SMEs and promote SME among tech users or developers. So, Sparx Ventures Hub. I have learned a lot of lessons, and in no particular order. One, I am the limitation to my success. True. My childhood, I didn't need to sell, I didn't need to hustle. So, of course, everything was provided for me. That greatly affected my entrepreneurial mindset. As an entrepreneur, you need to be hungry. You need to be pushed to the wall. You need to be angry in a healthy way, angry at your status, angry at everything around you that should be working but are not working. There's this anger that will push you. There's this hunger that will tell you, I cannot go to bed hungry. I came from a place of everything is there. You don't need to hustle. So that's entrepreneurial mindset. And then when you fail, somebody pushes you down, or nobody needs to push you down. You will fall because you may slip and fall. Do you stay down? No. You get up, dust yourself, and continue. But what did you learn from that falling down? Was it a misstep? Was it that you took steps too fast, too soon, or the ground was slippery? What are the lessons you're learning from everything that is drawing you back, everything that is making every effort you're putting in to make your business strive, fail? You need to learn the lessons, because when you fail to learn the lessons from the mistakes you've made, you will keep repeating them. How do you know that you're even making a mistake to start with? You need to undergo entrepreneurship development training. It's a given. Nobody is born with that. Yes, I know, maybe how did they come about all this standardized training? People learned. My brothers in the East learned. There is this program, Iba Boy, they are learning. We also flagged up the internship training program, the apprenticeship training program, So these are ways to tell upcoming business owners, tech enthusiasts or practitioners that you can learn this skill. Under the internship program, you can learn this skill. Under the apprenticeship program, these are what will help you grow. If you want to do this kind of business, these are what will help you fail when you are running the business. These are the tools you need to work smarter, to grow your business exponentially. These are the networks you need to leverage. So it's from my experience that I said I need to train people. I need to tell the world what they need to know to be better as a business owner, to be better in whatever they do, whether you're a freelancer, whether you're working for anybody. Then things to avoid. You need to avoid you at some point. I love telling people, look in the mirror. Do you like the reflection of who you see? If you don't, why do you expect others to like it? Why are you forcing yourself down people's throat? So, if you do not like what you see, the image you see, what can you do about it? It's not by prayer. You need to sit down and develop goals. Your personal development goals journey, it's about 15 lines. You look at yourself, your career, your spiritual life, your mental health, your physical health, then your family life, if you're a woman, there are other things that you also need to include. Women, we are peculiar. Anyway, you need to also know how to manage people around you. You need to manage everyone around you. It's a whole lot of work. But when you look at yourself along those lines, you set goals, you work towards it, and diligently work towards it. Nothing aligns for you because you've written it down. You need to be deliberate about achieving these goals. You need to forgo your ego in most circumstances to achieve your goals. Calm down and be like a child. Humble yourself and say, oh, who do I need to meet that can show me the way? Mentoring, I looked for mentors. I knew I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just doing cut and join, cut and join. Money will come in. We celebrate at the end of the day. But a mentor will save you 10 years. You will not be doing kalu with your money, with your time, with your resources that are limited. So mentors will guide you. I looked for a mentor, I didn't get. But when I got one, Mrs. Bimbo Suchuku, who held me by hand, I will never forget all the things she taught me. So you want to build a business with this. How are you going to do it? I will share my thoughts and she'll be like, okay, what do you think about doing it this way? She never ever told me my ideas were irrational, my ideas were too big. No. In her soft-spoken manner, she will just... So you need a mentor. But don't go for somebody who is at the same level as you. Go for someone whom you aspire to be like. Then when you are like them, look for another one that is bigger than you that you can aspire to be like. And please forgo ego. Ego can make you break bridges, burn it up. Whatever is left, breeze will blow it away. So you can't even come to say you have something left that you want to build with again. Mentors are hard to come by. Some offer their mentoring for free. Some they will tell you pay for the mentoring. But whatever you learn by the wayside will also help you in your business. So never downplay any skills you have the opportunity to learn. I told you I learned a lot. So I've mentioned a few. There are so many, but these are the strong points that helped me be who I am. Then the support system I built around me. My immediate family. My husband is so supportive, very supportive. He doesn't say, you're a woman. No. He tells me, how are you going to achieve this? Okay, what's involved? Then others will say, for other ideas, he will say, okay, are you sure it's the right time? Fine. Or, okay, revisit it next time. Then my children. My eldest is 15 now, but she runs my home. So I can travel. I can go for gigs. I've done 1 week without being with them, and they survived. They do things themselves. They run the home. My youngest can cook for the family. He's 10. Cook real meals that are good, tasty. They clean up after themselves. So as a woman, I'm not limited to doing the my husband, hey, what will he say? I carry him along. That's where most women fail. You hide things from your spouse. No. Carry him along. Be patient, let him understand, because the way tech people think is very, very different from every other person. We may have used our tech skills to solve everyday problem, like it was just something. You go take water and drink. You're not overthinking it. But people will want to make sense of what you're saying. And they will keep asking you questions. Why? Be patient. Guide them. Because when you have a strong family support system, as a woman in tech, there is nothing limiting you except you. So my children are there supporting me in the home front. When my husband is around, there is always food. Whatever he wants, it is there. Then I create time. Please don't be too busy. Create time for family. Every day I get home, even though I'm very tired, I will sit up. Probably I lie down, they come, they tell me how their day went, what challenges they had. Okay, we'll solve it. If not immediately, the next day we'll solve it, but we definitely get it solved. Don't be too tired to spend time with family. I'm saying this as a woman because working in a tech space where men are dominant, it might seem daunting, it might seem very challenging, but I don't think I ever experienced that challenge. I had a strong support system around me. Then I understood what can make me fail and keep addressing it as they come. But I am prepared. So I address them as they come. Then I get mentors, help. I seek advice from people who have been there. Not from anybody, people who have been there. And then I nurture relationships too, so that I don't call you and start apologizing that, it's been a long time. Oh, no. I call you and, oh, please, a quick one. And then you're responding. So these are pointers, and I hope they're helpful. To be a successful tech founder, what can set you apart? You first. Nowadays, people want to know who is behind a product. If you are someone who is not a personable person, arrogant, some kind of attributes that people will look at and say, no, maybe. But if you have a wonderful product, your product can actually set your business apart and make you successful. Then the product. What does that product do? Does it really solve a problem for a whole lot of people? It still goes down to basic success formats. You need to have a problem that you're solving for a large number of people. That is one. Then your solution should be something that that large number of people can use easily and access it easily and also be able to afford. Then the third one is you should be able to receive the payments. These three things are what makes a business successful. So for a tech founder to be successful, you should have these three attributes in your product. If you're building a product for a mass market and that product needs a whole lot of tech skills to access, that is a challenge. But if it is something that requires maybe 4 clicks and then they've done it, compared with somebody who will go through 25 clicks, people will rather take the shortest cut, which will bring you to the same solution base. So making your products easy to use, user-friendly, easy to access, whether they are downloading an app or they are using a web-based app, and it is fast, very responsive, with a user-friendly interface. Not too many buttons before a solution is reached. I'm sure the mass market will fall for it. But are you in the face of the mass market, which now brings in your adverts, your marketing? Do people know where to find you? Are they even aware that you have this wonderful product? So where are you doing your marketing? How are you marketing? Your mass market, are they online or they are in one community? Do you need to go to that community and talk to somebody, a leader who will help you talk to the people? There are so many ways to reach your audience. But then you also need to be sure that that market you're reaching out to is the appropriate audience for your product. And then the money. How are you going to receive it? Yes, we are techies. People will pay us. We have so many online applications now to receive funding. If you're doing a local mass market, they'll pay you in Naira. But what if you've already promoted it to a market beyond the shores of Nigeria? Do you have the means to receive payment in foreign currency? Can your bank allow you to receive it? The apps you're using, are they well equipped to receive that funding? Because there are so many people who their fundings or their funds are locked, or they get turned back because of, well, our policies in Nigeria, or the incompatibility between the payment gateways. So there are so many issues about that. Success now as a tech founder comes with payment. So you're solving a real life solution, or you're providing real life solution to a problem that is being suffered by a mass market who can easily access your products, make use of it, and pay you. That sets you apart. Sparx Ventures Hub, the next big thing. We are looking towards lots of partnerships and collaborations for this year, so that people can see what we are offering, because partners have their networks. So we are not only relying on our network, we're relying on our partners' networks and their alliances to collaborate with us. Then to also reduce the cost of these programs, because partnerships will bring in some level of leverage. We're also looking at growing the incubation hub to not just a space, to an online incubation hub where wherever you are, you can access the incubation program, you can get value, you can access funding. We're looking to grow an internal fund for residents of our co-work space, such that whether we have investments from outsiders or the our investor networks, we always have funds for them, no matter how little. We're also looking to grow the number of programs that we're offering, and by that grow our manpower, then grow into cities, because we shouldn't just remain in Enugu. So 3 other cities in the next 2 years, and leverage existing support networks to venture into the growth plan for training courses growth, for our incubation program growth, then our programs for internship and the apprenticeship program. So partnerships with educational institutions, higher educational institutions, partnerships with other business support networks, partnership with financial institutions. These are all what we are looking towards. And it's something that we can achieve, because the goal, for me, some look at it as ludicrous, but with the steps broken it into, yes, it's achievable. My advice for everyone who is a founder is be resilient. Do your research. Don't sit in your house to develop that idea, because not every idea makes good business. Do your research. Ensure that there are people who are suffering from a problem before you start providing a solution. Don't provide a solution and start looking for a problem to solve with it, like putting the cart before the horse. Please, a lot of people do that, but don't. Then you're building an MVP as a tech founder. Who did you consult with? Many people spend resources, time, months building an MVP for a problem that is non-existent, and they do not even ask questions. They didn't seek a mentor's advice before going into it. Look for a mentor. Then before you start spending money, take time to create a plan, a business plan. Work it out. We say conduct a feasibility study. I'll also say, in addition, create a business plan after that. But ensure that your financials make sense. Don't sit down and start creating 100 million naira sales in 1 year. Everyone will look at you and laugh, because you're an unknown business. You can do an internship with someone who is doing something similar, or providing similar resources that you want to, providing similar solutions you want to. Undergo internship. There's nothing there. You can actually pay a year, 6 months, 2 years. Go and understudy someone who is in the business, so that those trade secrets you will learn. That's why I'm saying this. Trade secrets are very important, and most times when you don't know, it will cause you that error, which will lead or ultimately lead to your business failing. So mentoring and understudying somebody through internship or apprenticeship, there's no shame in it. Go and learn and be humble when doing it. Then please come out resilient. Do what you want to do. You fail, start again. You fail, start again. Ask yourself questions and start again. Because there is no quitter that has ever been named a winner. If you want to win, if you want to succeed, keep going and stay the focus. Should you want to reach us, you can visit our website at www.sparxventureshub, one word.com. Sparxventureshub.com. And our number is, both on WhatsApp and for calls, 0811 04 980. You can also reach us via email at hubs@sparxventureshub.com. So on social media, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram as Sparx Ventures Hub.